Mike Christian and Chris Bumstead. What a matchup. A fan requested Friday video. You guys did not want to see this one. This one was last in line, but you know what? A certain percentage of you guys did still vote for this one. And the original video did get up to the 500 likes mark, which I requested. Interesting. I actually love doing these types of videos. Mike Christian, he looks awesome compared to Chris Bumstead. Look at the arms on the guy. Very long armed is Mike Christian. V-taper, I would suggest goes to Chris Bumstead. Mike Christian, he is a bodybuilder. He started way back in the 70s. I think he started in 79. Didn't get his pro card till maybe 85 or something of that nature. I think here's a different picture of Christian. This is a little bit further ahead. I think that other picture was from like 1983 or something like that. He got his pro card in 84. If I'm not mistaken, he won the NPC Nationals, and I think this is 84, yeah. I think the other picture was from 83. Now, I don't do a whole lot of comparisons with Mike Christian because he was in his prime years after this, and there's no good pictures of him. Here's the front lat spread. And again, this is 83, I think, for Mike Christian before he even turned pro. Chris Bumstead's destroying him. For sure. In the wheel department, the upper body as well. Christian meant business when he turned pro and he competed at the Olympia several times, placing as high as third, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I gotta check my Yes, he placed third in 1986. Wow, he got fifth, his first Olympia. He got fourth in 87. What a consummate professional. Didn't even compete at the Olympia in 88. Got down to sixth place in 89. And in 1990, it was the drug-tested one. He got fourth there. And, I mean, he looked huge. Here is Mike Christian in 1985 at the Olympia. And this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm not using a whole lot of the pictures from his prime. Because it's tilted thosely. So, let's turn to the side. This is Christian from 87. Now, what did I say? He placed fourth. So this is a top 4 Olympiad. He looks pretty good. Bumstead, I mean, what can you say? Here's a closer up shot. Because when they are panned back, it distorts the size. Christian does not have the ribcage expansion of the Bumstead. Bumman looks good, the display, but Christian does have the thickness. Better arms, I would suggest. Pretty close. Close in the wheels, too. Now, Christian, he's not bowing his rib cage, but he is flexing those obliques, and he does look good in that aspect. Here's the side tricep. And, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, guys. Generally, I like to search for picture comparisons that the camera angle is the same. And it can be a daunting task. And when people see comparisons like this, they are, they're definitely correct when they say, well, you can't judge this. You can't judge this. Certain poses, the camera angle, it's way down for Christian, does actually help, like a front lat spread, things of that nature. There's another things of that nature for you fellers. So yeah, renders it useless. Here's the rear double. Also tilted thosely, but you can see Christian, you can definitely see he has a nice back. A better back, I would suggest. Looks like he needs to use the washroom. That's what I'm laughing at. I hate to be so immature sometimes, guys. It's the the male in me. We're an immature breed, us men. Now here is actually a shot from one of the Olympias. In 85, if I'm not mistaken. Could be another year. I think it's 85. But you can see there is a little jig of a soggy dunk. A jig, just a jig. Not the whole jag, just a jig. So, yeah, it is just a little bit too soft as far as that's concerned. But, and I do mean but, no pun intended, they didn't flex their glutes. They didn't train for their glutes. It wasn't a big, glute competition back then. So Christian's condition was just fine. Here is the abs and thigh for both of these two dudes. I decided to mix and match it for years for Chris Bumstead looks pretty good here in the abs and thigh. This is from the latest Olympia, 2022 Olympiad. For the most part, we were using 2020 for Chris Bumstead. I'm sure most of you guys had guessed that. Somebody that's new to the sport wouldn't. Or somebody that just wanted to see a Mike Christian video because he's awesome. And I believe, again, this was 84. This might have been when he won the NPC Nationals. I'm not exactly sure. Here's the most muscular. Hard to find pictures of these guys. I'll send you a link, as always, in the description below, where I got the pictures. There is an excellent site for those of you who are actually starting YouTube channels, bodybuilding channels. I mean, NPC News Online, of course, for all your latest pictures. But the older bodybuilders can be very hard to find. Chris Bumstead, what can I say? He means busyness. Definitely means business. But I'm sure Mike Christian would be at home. And I know what he's thinking. Well, not really. I'm not a mind reader. But I know what I'd be thinking if I was Mike Christian. But Mark's, well, he doesn't sound like that. He would say, these pictures are terrible. They're not me in my prime. There is pictures of me that look so much better. I'm sure he has them at home. It's good pictures. You watch the video footage and it's obvious that he was much better. He was one of the guys that went to the WBF, Vince McMahon's WBF. Had he continued his way onto the IFBB, could have won an Olympia at one point in time. Chris Bumstead, he's winning this one. He's a classic physique division champion. By the pictures we use, 83. Mike Christian, yeah, not really fair. But yeah, Chris Bumstead's awesome. Mike Christian, also, 2. Chris, get that a little mixed up there. Sorry if I called one the other at some point in time. Mike Christian, known for being a really nice guy. Not a bad word said about him. So that type of, that name or whatever, that gets through. So Mike, he was a really nice guy. It's nice to hear in the sport of bodybuilding. Have a great one, guys.